Today I wanted to tell a story I recently told on stream about the time I got scammed for all of the money I had at the time. I must have been 18, maybe 19. I was definitely still a virgin when this happened. Not that that's pertinent to the story, but just a little bit of lore there, a little side note. And my friend Andrew had come to visit me so we could party at my university. But unfortunately, when he came up, there were no parties, and if there were, we certainly weren't invited. The lacrosse bros did not want the gamer nerds coming in. So I've got my buddy Andrew over, and he's just eating fucking Reese's cups as we're doing nothing except playing like Tekken Tag Tournament 2. And then eventually we decided to find something else to do, and we found a carnival that had rolled into town. It was like one of those pop-up shop carnivals where they transport everything in on like a dilapidated school bus. So they scooted in and they set up shop nearby and were like, well, fuck it, we're not doing anything else. Let's go to this carnival. And I swear to God, when we got there, it looked like something out of Courage the Cowardly Dog. This place looked haunted. And we were basically like the only customers there. There was like a few children, or at least the spirits of children that were there, like hanging out, and they were riding the only ride at this carnival, which was one of those spinning rides, but it was like this giant, horrifying metal contraption that just looked like a medieval torture device. It looked like a fucking transformer that had gotten hit with a stick of dynamite. It looked so rusted and gross. I have no doubt that was just a tetanus disaster waiting to happen. I don't even know if those kids are even alive anymore if they rode that fucking thing. But that's about all they had. They had that one ride and then a ton of shady carnival games. Not like the fun, goofy ones that you can actually win, you know, like the basketball one or shooting water into a target. They had only the rigged ones that you can't win under any circumstances. So this was less of a carnival that came in and more of just like a rolling scam that travels. But of course, I'm 18, 19 years old at the time. I'm a virgin, so all I'm really thinking about is titties and how I'm not seeing them. So, you know, I kind of disregard that, and I'm going around with Andrew, and we're playing a few of the games. Of course, we're not winning anything, not even like those tiny stuffed animals. We're getting nothing. The closest thing we're getting to a prize is stepping on a used condom in the parking lot. Like, there's just really nothing that we're accomplishing. We're just wasting money and wasting time. To reiterate the location, it was literally in a parking lot in between two condemned buildings. That was the location. This fucking barren wasteland looked like something out of the Fallout universe. It would have been less gross to just wander through catacombs, because at least then we wouldn't have been losing money doing it. But I came to this with like $200 in my wallet or something like that, and we were playing through these games, not winning, and I'd gone down like 50 or 60 bucks, I don't remember exactly what, but it was a lot. Like, we were spending a lot of time just indulging in this filthy sin. Now, before I get to like the actual meat here of when I lost all my money and how this all happened, I want to drive home a point. I'm not exactly like a super gullible person, I don't think. I like to imagine like I'm a grizzly, chiseled man with hair on my sack, because as an avid RuneScape player, I know how to recognize a scam. I started playing RuneScape in 2005, and I got used like a fleshlight on that game. I was falling for a lot of scams. I once gave my fucking password away to a guy who said that he didn't think my password was cool. So to prove him wrong, I just gave him my password in order to impress him. And then I lost my account to him. Like, I was scammed a lot. And it was an invaluable lesson it taught me. When someone's trying to take advantage of me, how to recognize a scammer, and just like all of these red flags that should go off in people's heads when they're faced with a scam. I think every child should be scammed at some point. Teach them a valuable lesson. They don't need to lose their house or anything, or like get wrapped up with a crypto gambling scam or whatever, but maybe just like a small scale scam for candy. Teach them a little something. That I always believed that the lessons I learned in RuneScape through getting scammed would be very helpful, and so far they have been, but on that day, nothing could have prepared me for the scam that I was going to encounter at that godforsaken carnival. The game was the toss a ball off a backboard, make it land in a bucket, and you win one of the jumbo prizes, like the fucking wumbo-sized unicorns and bears and shit. So for those that don't know, the game is a wooden backboard, it's a big circle, and it's at an angle, it's slanted this way. Underneath it is a basket that's poking out just enough for a ball to bounce off the backboard and fall in the basket. And you only have to do it one time and you win the biggest prize. So this carnival's not very big, obviously. Andrew and I had passed this a few times, and it wasn't like there was some heavenly glow on it, like, this is the game for me, or this is the one I want to play. But as we passed it for like the third or fourth time, the dude finally calls over. He's like, you guys are just wandering around. Come over here. Let's just like talk and hang out. And, you know, we weren't doing anything, so we'll come flirt with this guy, whatever. And he's just so charismatic. We're just talking, shooting the shit. I think he brought up sports, and at the time I was like a sports fan, so we talked a little bit. And then he just started talking about his game. He's like, if you guys want to play, you can just like play this game. It's $5 for 3 throws, you know, might as well, and we'll just keep talking. I was like, that's a good deal, $5, 3 throws, and it looks really easy. And he's like, well, I don't want you to think that this is like rigged or anything. I want to show you that this can be done because, you know, he must have seen us losing. So he demonstrated that it could be done. So he walks up, he's like a little off to the side of where I'm standing, where I have to stand to shoot. And he bounces it off the backboard, first try, right in the bucket. He's like, yeah, I can do this all day. Picks up the ball, does it again, picks up the ball, does it again. He does it like 3 times in a row. And it's like, okay, this game looks really easy. So then he hands me the balls. It's an absolute disaster. I'm sticking my dick in my own ass. I can't get a single ball even close to the bucket, no matter how lightly I throw it or where I'm hitting the backboard. For some reason, it's like it's being shot out of a cannon once it hits that backboard. And it's not making any sense to me because I'm doing like the exact same thing he is. I'm putting a little spin on it. It's just not getting the job done. Nothing's working. And then he hits me with this proposition. For $10, I'll give you 10 throws and I'll give you your money back from this round and the previous round and still give you the big prize. I was like, what in tarnation? This is the nicest guy on earth. What a great deal. 10 throws, $10, and I get all of my money back plus the big prize? What am I waiting for? I'm fucking losing money not playing right now. How am I going to say no to this? That right there is a huge red flag. I didn't know this until well after the fact, but this is a well-known carnival scam. When they start saying you could win your money back, they're doing that because they know you can't. The game is rigged. He shows me again, he's like, hey, let me just make sure you know that you can do this. Just do it just like this. So then he just makes it 5 more times right in front of me. Like, he just shows that it is very easily achievable. Hands me the balls, I go through all 10 balls, nothing even close. Like, sometimes you can get it to bounce off the backboard and hit the basket inside, but the ball's so light that it bounces right out, like every single time. So now I'm $15 in the shitter and I'm feeling really bad. Andrew's trying to be like the guardian angel on my shoulder, like, Charlie, let's just go ahead and leave. You're not going to make this. It's clearly too difficult and there's some trick to it you don't know. And I took that as a challenge. I'm like, excuse me, motherfucker, what did you say to me? You say I can't do this? Sign me up for another round, let's ride. And it's the same deal. He doubled the price again, so $20 for 10 balls, but I can win my money back. So for $20, I can win my $15 back, and then I'm back where I started and everything's good, and I get the big prize. So, again, I go through all 10 balls, nothing. Nothing at all. Now, this is a lot of money. Again, this was $200. That's everything I had in my wallet. That's everything I had at the time for spendable cash. So, this is a lot of money that I am juggling around here. We didn't go to the carnival with the intent to spend a lot, but just getting wrapped up in boredom and just, like, the will to not keep being a loser at the carnival just kept me spending. So, after the $20, I'm like, Jesus Christ, what is going on? You know, it's definitely a me problem. I've seen this fucking guy do it, 10 times now. Now, let me paint a picture of the guy for you, because it's not like he was some kind of athlete where it's like, oh, this guy, he probably plays in the NBA, he's just got real talent. No, this guy had a body like a bag of hot dogs. Like, he is not some guru of backboard bouncing or anything. So, clearly, if he can do it, I should also be able to do it. Anyone should be able to do it. So he demonstrates it's possible again. He's like, bro, look, I really hate to see you lose this much money. I'm not going to double the price this time. Look, just give me another $20. I'll give you 10 more throws and you can win all your money back and I'll still give you the prize. I'm like, thank you for being such a nice guy. Damn near wanted to lean over and pat him on the ass. I was like, man, this guy, what a saint. So I give him another $20 and I do my 10 throws, and you know how the story goes. It doesn't go in. None of them go in. They're not even close. So at this point now, what am I, $55, $60 down almost? And it's been like half an hour of just this. Andrew's sitting there watching this whole train wreck happen. And it's not getting any better. The guy's gone from charming to full-blown scam mode. He like completely drops the facade of being nice. After like the second time I did $20 for 10 throws, he's like, yep, you want to do 20 more? You can win your money back. You probably want that money back. So he starts guilting me into it. And I'm like, he's right. I need that money back. So I give him another $20. I go through the balls. It's not even close. I lose again. And I'm sweating. I am sweating so fucking hard. Andrew is begging me not to keep playing the game. But I'm seeing red now. And I can't stop. I have to. So I do 20 again for another 10 throws to try and win my money back. I don't do it. I fail again. This fucking, like, this guy is still just prodding, still trying to squeeze every cent out of me. I'm just this dude's little dirty cum rag that he's wringing out and getting some money from. So we continue for another like 15, 20 minutes or however long it was. It felt like an eternity, and I'm down to my last $20 in my wallet. And, you know, I'm praying, you know, fucking give that $20 a kiss, and I spend it. I rolled the dice, I went for it one more time, and I don't win. I'm now completely out of money. I tell him that, and I start to just ask if he could just give me some of it back. I'm desperate. I wanted some of it back. I needed some of it back. And he's like, bro, I just can't do that. My boss would be really mad at me if I let that happen. But look, there's an ATM over, like, it was like a couple blocks away. He told me the location. He's like, just go to the ATM, get some more money, come back, and I will absolutely show you the perfect tricks. You're just not getting the technique right, and I'll show you what you're doing wrong. So this piece of shit tried to get me to go to an ATM to get more money out to keep playing his game, which was rigged. There was no way to win from the start. I'm shocked he didn't try and get me to sign some kind of contract with blood, this fucking demon. And I strongly considered it. I did, because that's a lot of money. It was like $140 that I spent on that game. $200 in total at that fucking carnival, but on that game in particular, there was $140 right in the goddamn toilet, right into that stinky dumpster. And I needed that back. Like, I really wanted that back. But Andrew talked me out of actually going to get more money from the ATM, like from savings or something. And I didn't go back. I ate the loss. That, to date, is one of like the most shameful moments / scams of my life. Now, it wasn't until way after the fact, in fact, even on stream is where I learned how he was actually able to do it. I thought that I remembered on one of those shows that bust carnival games that are rigged. I thought the reason he was able to make it and I wasn't was the angle he was able to throw from. He was able to throw much closer than I was. In this game, there is a line that you have to throw behind. There is like a little barrier that you have to throw from behind that in order to participate. And I thought that was the key. He was closer than I was, and that's how he was able to ricochet it off every time into the basket. But it's actually deeper than that. That does play a role, but he actually used a heavier ball. He didn't use the exact same balls that he gave me. His ball was weighted more, so when it bounced off the backboard, it didn't fly as far. So he was able to get it off the backboard into the basket and have it stay in the basket. And that's why mine couldn't do it. It was something I never noticed at the time, that he wasn't using the same balls he was giving me. He had a heavier one, or a heavier set to use. So even if I went and somehow found $1,000 to put into that game that night, I would have never had a chance of winning my money back, despite this guy showing me how it was done and promising me that if I just made one single ball in that bucket, I'd get all my money back and all the problems would be solved. I still absolutely despise that guy. I hold a grudge on that shit. It takes a lot to scam someone right to their face, especially like an 18-year-old college student who is telling you how much the money means to him, and for you to knowingly keep misleading them and make them believe they can win it back and that you're a good guy. Like, you're a giant piece of shit. Besides the obvious lesson I learned from this experience, I also learned how to fuck them in the ass. The games that aren't rigged, I mastered. I decided I wanted to win all their big prizes because fuck them. I'm able to win their biggest prizes on my first try, and I just give those prizes away to people at the carnival so I never feel scammed again. It's definitely petty, but it's a little bit of revenge for what the carnival took from me on that night. So, I posted this video a few years ago, and it's showing me winning like the basketball game and the beer bottle game for the giant prizes. Both of these games are also rigged in favor of the carnival, but I was able to master the way of doing them. So the basketball game, the rim is an oval instead of a circle, so you have to have an absolutely perfect high arcing shot in order for it to make it. And for the beer bottle game, you have to lean at the right time and the right like distance lean, and you can stand it up every time. So I master these games, I get the big prizes, and I give that shit away. Just that way they lose a little bit of money on those prizes, a little bit of pettiness from Charlie. I'm like the fucking Batman of carnivals. So yeah, anyway, I just wanted to share this story. Maybe it'll be like educational for someone out there, but at the end of the day, I just thought it was a fun story. I'm over it now. I still don't like the guy who did that to me, but yeah, I just thought it was worth sharing. That's about it. See ya. The title isn't clickbait. I actually left my house today. I left my sacred dojo of Greece today for the first time in a few months, and I hated it. It was an absolute fucking disaster. It's like when the groundhog pops out of his hole and sees his shadow signaling a couple more weeks of winter. That's what it was like for me. I came out of my little hole here and I saw something far more terrifying than a shadow, which means a couple more months of me staying inside. Now let me clarify, when I say first time leaving my house, I mean first time going somewhere. Like, I've stepped outside into my backyard with the dogs to take them out and shit, so I've been readjusted to the sun, kind of, so the sun and I are no longer enemies. It took like a month of work just to get to that point though. Like, I didn't go outside at all, even the backyard, for a full month just because I'm a bit of a hypochondriac and I wasn't entirely convinced I could trust the air outside. Could have virus particles in it and I just wasn't taking the chance, but after a month I did wander outside and I swear to God I thought I was going to die of vitamin D overdose. I felt like it was about to be that scene from Indiana Jones when they open the Ark of the Covenant and everyone's skin is melting off of their fucking bones. That's what it felt like first time seeing the sun, but since then I've become reacclimated to it, so the sun and I are no longer enemies. So, going somewhere today, the sun wasn't the problem. It was just everything else about the adventure here. So my journey wasn't like a noble expedition or anything. I didn't leave my house to go put out a fire nearby or save a kitten from a tree. The reason I left my house was to go to a Walmart. And the reason I was going to a Walmart is because I wanted to look at their as seen on TV products, because I was hoping I could find some Nick Bolton originals, like the tack shaver, the tack lantern, and the tack glasses, and really put them to the test. I just kind of had that itch to try out more as seen on TV products because it's been a while since I've done that and I knew Walmart carried them. And you know, for as seen on TV products, I decided, you know what? It's worth the risk. I'll make this journey for this. Just like Moses, I decided I was going to climb this mountain and get the 10 Commandments and bring them back down for the people to enjoy. But instead of 10 Commandments, what I was getting from the top of the mountain was tactical shaving devices and tactical glasses and shit. So not quite as cool as 10 Commandments, but still something that I felt was very important. And now, I decided to look it up. The last time I even started my car was March 15th, and I know that because the last time I left my house to go somewhere was March 15th to go see the movie The Hunt. And from then until today, my car hadn't been started a single time. It's gotten no exercise, shit's getting out of shape, and it just overall not feeling very well. I'm actually surprised it even started today at all. It's just been waiting for over 2 months now just for any amount of action that wasn't coming. And then today I said, you know what, you're off the bench, let's get you in the starting lineup, and they answered the call. My car started up with no problems, I threw on my mask, and I was ready to rumble. The trip to Walmart was pretty odd because there were so many cars on the road. I was led to believe that it was going to be like a ghost town if I went outside, like fucking going through Chernobyl, but that wasn't the case. The traffic was the same as I remembered it so long ago, the last time I ventured outside. So I feel like nothing has really changed outside in society except for me not being a part of it anymore, which made me feel kind of like an outcast, like that kid that sits alone at the middle school lunch table. But that was the first thing I noticed. When I actually got to Walmart, things were very different there. They had it like caution taped off as if it was a crime scene with a chalk outline on the ground from a murder that happened over Yu-Gi-Oh cards or something. It looked really intense and intimidating. They had like 5 kiosks outside. I don't know what the little stands were for. I didn't want to have any like actual close contact with a human being. I wanted to avoid my own species as much as possible, so I didn't investigate. I really can't imagine. Maybe they were selling like fucking lollipops or something, or maybe it was the Girl Scouts parents or some shit selling. I don't know. But there was a bunch of little kiosks outside that I have no idea what purpose they served. Almost everyone was wearing a mask, which made me feel like I was back in my college freshman year going to a rave where everyone used to wear these masks with little skulls on them. There's also just a really good handful of people that weren't wearing a mask, which I found odd because the people that weren't wearing a mask were the people that I felt really should, or most likely at least would consider, because they were all predominantly older people, and then a couple people that looked like they were on some kind of alcoholic binge and like stumbling over themselves. So I felt like the people that weren't wearing a mask were the people that really should have at least thought about it, but I mean, I'm not their parents. They can make their own decisions. I just thought that was something interesting. It was when I finally got into the Walmart where things really started to go south for this whole adventure here that I'd chosen to go on. So going inside is when things really opened up. I immediately made my way to the as seen on TV products stand, I suppose, and I didn't find any tack devices. Not a single Nick Bolton certified tactical tool, and I searched multiple times. I even went to the kids department. Not that I think Nick Bolton's tactical devices should be in the kids department, because these are tactical tools for tactical guys. They aren't children's toys. They're extremely dangerous for tactical situations. I mean, I swear to God, Nick Bolton's probably going to be selling tactical C4 just in case. So they shouldn't be in the kids department, but I wanted to make sure no stone was left unturned. I wanted to make sure that I checked everywhere thoroughly to find Nick Bolton's tactical devices. And it was when I went to the kids department that I saw my first little skirmish. There was two mothers, neither of which were wearing a mask, and they were getting into it a little bit. There was a verbal argument, which I love to hear. I do love public freakouts, and I kind of had an expectation going out today that there was going to be something like that just because everything I've seen online from it. And I was lucky enough to at least kind of encounter one. But in my head, it was a much bigger deal than it was. In reality, they were just kind of arguing about something. I don't know what. I don't know if they knew each other, but they were arguing. Maybe they were arguing about not being able to find Nick Bolton's devices. I have no idea. But since we were in the same aisle, I was right next to it. And to me, I was starting to panic. Like, my blood pressure was starting to skyrocket because I was like, fuck. They're arguing, there's going to be saliva flying all over the place. What if one of them's sick? Now I've put myself in between a bullet and a target because we're sharing the same row. So in my head, I'm hearing this argument and I'm just picturing like fight night, like in a boxing match, you know, in the movies where it's like a slow motion punch and their head turns and the sweat's flying all over the audience like it's SeaWorld in the splash zone. That's what I was picturing. So I was hurrying up my investigation because I started panicking, worried about this invisible enemy that could be coming my way down the aisle. And so I got the fuck out of there. I went back to the as seen on TV stand. I didn't see anything, so eventually I just said it's not here and I got out. So as I left the glorious Walmart limp-dicked and sad, I walked back to my car, and that's when the actual fucking disaster of the day happened. I got fucking swarmed. Well, swarmed is an exaggeration. There was a single wasp that tracked me from the Walmart to my car. It was like fucking stalking me, waiting to make a move on my wallet. So this wasp fucking attacked me when I was about to get in the car, and when I say attacked, it landed on my head and freaked the shit out of me. So I was freaking out, like slapping at my head, and I accidentally slapped my own fucking mask off onto the goddamn ground, which now that's ruined. I can't ever touch that again, so I left that there. And I'm fucking battling this fucking wasp, getting into my car. Now I'm exposed to the outside elements. I've lost my radiation suit because my mask is on the ground. This wasp will not leave me the fuck alone. I can't get my car open because I keep fucking fumbling the unlock on my keys. So it was just a true upsetting time that made me feel like I had just been brutalized. The wasp must have sensed my weakness and it was shaking me down for my lunch money at the car. It was fucking mugging me right there in the Walmart parking lot. And that's when it really set in on me, like this must have been a sign. Like, Charlie, you shouldn't be outside yet. Give it a little more time to marinate and then you can go outside later. This is me telling you, stay inside for now. And I took that at face value, so I will be staying inside again at least for a couple more weeks or something, because that wasp attack that fucking compromised my safety, that was enough for me to say, all right, that's probably enough. That's probably my one journey for the next month or so. So I'm back inside, and I just wanted to share with you my experience of my first time going back outside into society. And yeah, what a remarkable experience it was. I got nothing in return for it other than traumatized by a wasp. I really fucking hate wasps, always have. Wasps really suck ass, so fuck wasps. And yeah, that's about it. So yeah. What's up everybody, it's Critical. I'm playing GoldenEye Rogue Agent. Let's do this shit. This game induces the most intense feeling of nostalgia anything could ever give me, because this is the first game I ever played on Xbox Live when I was 10 years old. And I just have so many fond memories on this game, and those memories are some of the best I have. I was insulted constantly when I played this online, but I was too young, too naive to understand what it meant when they said I gargle smegma and such. When they said I had a really little dick, I didn't know what it meant. I thought everyone was just trying to be my friend, you know, and break the ice with me. So I just have this really positive impression of this game from all the fun times I had on it. So I downloaded an emulator today so I could play it again and re-experience that same feeling of thrill and wonder. Except, you know, the game's been out for quite a few weeks now, so the online play is not still intact, so I can't hop online and get called a turbo shit pisser or anything like that. But that's alright, I just wanted to play the game again, you know? Big Daddy's home, baby. Did someone order the Big Country Smasher? Because that's a big mistake, you'll be shitting for 3 days straight. How's it hanging? Oh shit. You know, this doesn't seem familiar at all. I don't even know if I played the campaign. I think I only played the multiplayer on this. Thought that was a man laying down, it's just a couple of rocks. Fuck. Oh, R1's to shoot. I forgot the controls are a little different here. Haven't missed a beat. Still got the same level of pinpoint accuracy I had when I was 10 years old. Looking good. Oh yeah. One shot, one kill. There it is. Fucking feeling it now. Give me that. Oh yeah. I took a paintballer hostage. Big whoop, you wanna fight about it, pussyface? Didn't think so. guy's not even trying to break free, he's just scratching his chin on my fist. It's like a cat looking to be pet. Get out of here. God, this game is so good! Fuck this game. It is absolutely impossible to aim here. I can't hit shit. The controls are so wonky and ass-y. Just a lot of ass here. It's making my dick real soft. I actually shot someone to death. That's probably like one of the first people I've killed so far that hasn't been melee. I really miss the multiplayer in this game, damn it. This campaign is just not doing it for me so far. But I remember one time I was trying to communicate with my team. Person's name was Elite Lion, but I must have been fucking illiterate because I called him Elite Leon multiple times to... Damn it. I'm not getting the rogue bonus this time. They really put it in my keister. But yeah, so I was calling him Elite Leon and trying to be really strategic. Excuse me, Elite Leon, we're gonna need backup on catwalk, over, and shit like that, you know, really getting into it. Hold on, I'm gonna change auto-aim on. Make this a little easier on myself so I can tell these stories without stressing too much. So, and I was really going in at this, and this guy, he must have been in his early 20s, maybe mid-20s, and he says to me, I would rather hear someone fart in the mic than have you keep talking. And I'd never been so hurt in my life. I was like, wow, you'd rather hear farts? Yuck, that comes from buttholes. But I'm trying to talk, we're trying to win. And I was just so hurt, and it was amazing. That's something I'll never forget. That's just a great Xbox Live memory from back in 2004. I used to play this online constantly, and I got really good at this game. Like, I was putting asses to faces left and right. There was no one that wasn't catching these cheeks. They were all getting rectums to the mouth. My 10-year-old, dirty, non-hairy rectum was getting caught in everyone's teeth. And then I remember, oh my goodness, one time, I was just going real in, and two older guys got very upset at me for doing so well. And they said, my mom's gonna get it hardcore for me being a little asshole. And I was shocked. I didn't know what that meant. I didn't know they meant they were gonna come put their wiener inside of my mom's cooter, take it out, and put it back in multiple times at very high speeds. I thought they were gonna come assassinate my mother because of me. So I turned off the game, I ran to my mom with tears in my eyes. I was like, Mom, I'm so sorry. I was doing really well on this game, and I was kind of talking some trash. I called some people some poopy lips, and they got really upset at me and said that you're gonna get it hardcore tonight, Mom. I'm so sorry. I didn't know. Just please lock the door, turn the alarm on, call Dad, get the men in black over here, some shit. I am so sorry. And my mom wasn't taking it seriously. Oh, hardcore, huh? Sounds lovely, nerds. Go back and play. And I didn't understand why she didn't think the threat was real. I was very terrified that they were going to come put all 3 inches of themselves inside of her. But regardless, this was the first time it occurred to me that maybe everyone online isn't as nice as I thought they were. And that actually brings me to another story. This one's pretty bad, actually. There was a very prominent clan in GoldenEye Rogue Agent that I really wanted to be a part of. They were super good, really well known, and I wanted to be a part of it. So I started asking around on like who to get in contact with and how to join. And a ton of people, almost everyone I talked to, told me that they accept anyone as long as they send them a picture of their penis. And to 10-year-old me, that was the deal of a lifetime. Wow, all I have to do is send this guy a picture of my pee-pee maker and I can join the clan? Oh, sign me up, gee willikers, I'm all about that. But luckily, all I had for a camera was a Polaroid, and it's not like I'm gonna take a fucking Polaroid picture of my penis, send it to him in the mail. He's not gonna have like a P.O. box for penises. So I didn't get to join the clan. If only my walkie-talkie had a camera option, though, and also internet access so I could send it over Xbox Live. Yeah, I would have been the best fucking member of that clan, really. I was wrecking ass at GoldenEye Rogue Agent. I wish things worked that way now, being an adult. I wish I could just send Steven Spielberg a picture of my Johnson through email. He'll look at it and be like, you know what, that's a pretty good Johnson right there. I'm gonna give him a lead role in my next film or some shit like that. I wish the world worked that way. It'd make things a lot easier and a lot more interesting, I guess. But yeah, I can't really think of any other Xbox Live stories right now. Those are like the 3 that really stuck with me from this game. What's this guy doing? Oh shit! Did you just get hit by a boomerang? Is Captain Boomerang back there actually kicking ass? Instead of sucking it like he did in Suicide Squad? What is happening? There's nobody here. Alright, I guess they were just getting fucking assaulted by a poltergeist. Amazing. Is that the end of the level? That's how it ends, just everything explodes and I'm fucked. Whatever. I really don't even feel like playing this anymore though. Well, that's the end of this video. Remember to rate the video, comment the video, and subscribe if you want to see videos similar to this one. See ya. Last night, I was ambushed. It was a surprise attack that I never saw coming. Honestly, I'm lucky to be here today. If it wasn't for my extensive training and black belt in Taekwondo I got when I was 12 years old, I might not have survived. Last night, at approximately 11:30 p.m., I was the victim of a senseless attack. It all happened on stream, no less. At twitch.tv/moistcritical. I stream every day. Please feel free to stop in and put a few extra inches on your penis. I was blasting through Elden Ring and was fighting a new boss. He was pretty difficult, named Commander Nile, but nothing out of the ordinary, just business as usual. And there I sat on my throne of swamp ass in a really good run. I had the boss down to like the last 3 or so hits. And out of nowhere, a fucking terrorist wasp comes in and attempts to do harm. That was very close. God damn. No, not now! No, there's a wasp! Ah, fuck! Not like this! Ah! Ah! Oh, God, please, fuck it! Ah! Ah! Luckily, I maintained my cool and didn't panic, so I was able to not only defeat the boss, but was able to evacuate the area just in case the wasp called for reinforcements. I was able to go look for nearby improvised weapons, like a brick, or anything I could get my hands on, really. I tried to find a fly swatter, but that was like trying to find fucking Excalibur. I couldn't find it, so I was looking for pretty much anything I could find in order to combat this adversary. And I actually think this event speaks volumes to the difficulty of Elden Ring. Not only will it challenge you in-game, but it will challenge you in real life when it presents real-world bosses for you to fight. So not only do you have to adapt to the game, you as a human being have to adapt to your surroundings. I have no doubt Elden Ring summoned this wasp, and I was up for the challenge. Now, for those that don't know about Elden Ring or Souls in general, Souls games in general, it's not like I could pause the game. I had to continue playing while being attacked. So, it was like in the movie The Wicker Man when Nicolas Cage sticks his head in that thing of bees and he's like, ah, shit, the bees. That's what happened here. I had no choice but to continue while the wasp was still on the hunt. So there was no pause feature. I had to push through, and god damn it, I did. I stepped up to the plate. Alright, well, we got the boss. I don't know where the wasp went. I need something to like hit it with. I can't find the fly swatter. Oh, they just put the fear of God in you. Did you guys see the size of it on stream? It went right by my fucking head. That thing was massive. It looked like something out of Earth Defense Force. That was like a biomutant wasp, like a technology-enhanced super mutant. Alright, well, nothing to do now but wait. Thanks to the Prime Rabbit. Actually, just give me a second. I'm gonna find a fly swatter. The last thing I want to do is get caught with my pants down again by this guy. He clearly understands war tactics. He literally came at me right when I was about to deal the final blow to a tough boss. Let me level up first. Hey, I got some good news. The Fearless Warrior got it. It wasn't as big as I initially thought, but we fucking got him, baby. You see it? We fucking took him down. That'll teach you. Tell your friends. This is not a safe spot. I hit it with this Charizard Jumbo card. That's how I got it out of midair. This is not a safe spot for wasp, baby. No siree. Not in my dojo. Alright. What an eventful Elden Ring night. I fought 2 bosses just now. One in real life and one in the game. Because it was pretty big. Not as big as I thought initially, but... Oh yeah. Oh yeah. God, look at the size of that fucking thing. Bro, I fucking slayed Mothra. That is an actual kaiju. Jesus Christ, yeah, that was close. Tough battle. I came out on top, though. How many runes was it worth? I think that was a mosquito hawk. What are you, some type of zoologist? No, that was a blood-sucking vampire wasp. Often considered one of the deadliest things in all of America. No doubt. I'll be honest though, I think you're right. I actually think it was just one of those giant mosquito hawk things. This was a triumphant victory not only for me, but for gamers everywhere. Last night, I showed what we're capable of. You can challenge us, you can push us, and sure, maybe we'll yell and scream, perhaps even shit and poop ourselves, but in the end, the gamer will always come back stronger than before and secure the dubski, that fat victory royale, and fell the great enemy. They will funge the non-fungible. God damn it. And that's what I did. So yeah, that's really about it. So yeah.